Part 1 of your experiment consists of working with a coffee filter. You have a total of 3 different coffee filters, so you will use a total of 3 different coffee filters. And what we want to do with this is kind of an experiment separate from our separations experiment. What this is focused on is this coffee filter, well, it's fairly large. We use coffee filters as filter paper when we're separating materials. Now, this right here is fairly large. We do not need all of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to rip off what are known as the baffles, so that ridged edge. So that way, you can open up a little pocket of it, put it into a funnel, and then this can work as filter paper, and nothing will get through it. Or, well, water will get through it, solutions will get through it, small molecules, but sand or something like that can easily be recovered. Now for this first part of our experiment, what we're going to do is we're trying to figure out which is the optimal way to dry this, because this will absorb a lot of water and we want to know, well, how can we dry this? So what you're going to do is you're going to label each coffee filter C1, C2, and C3. You're going to tear away those baffles. Then you're going to label your watch glasses, C1, C2, and C3. You're going to determine the mass of your watch glasses. Then what you're going to do is fill your large plastic beaker with deionized water. Submerge each of your, modified coffee filter into this beaker. So you're going to saturate this with deionized water. Then you're going to do that for all 3 of them. Then what we're going to do is we're going to try different ways of drying. In each lab there is an oven. You're going to take one of those coffee filters that has been submerged in water, put it onto your watch glass. Specifically, this is coffee filter C1 onto the watch glass labeled C1. You're going to put this in the oven at the back of the room. You're going to set a timer for 15 minutes. Coffee filter 2, which has also been submerged in water, what you're going to do is you're going to place it on watch glass labeled C2 and place it in the open area in your lab so that it won't be agitated, and you're going to let that incubate and dry. Coffee filter C3 is going to go onto watch glass labeled C3. What you're going to do with this is you're going to get your ethanol bottle, the 95% ethanol solution, and you're going to spray this onto your watch glass or onto your coffee filter and set this in an area so that it won't be agitated. So you have 3 different trials going on. You have coffee filter 1 incubating in the oven. That's about 65 degrees, letting that sit and stay for the better part of for 15 minutes. Next up is the coffee filter simply sitting at room temperature, and then finally sitting at room temperature, but you have sprayed it with ethanol. So we're going to compare those 3 things. One thing that we are controlling for is we're controlling for time. We're limiting that incubation period to 15 minutes.